down and I'ma get it right. Dead on sight like.
Let's go! What's going on, beautiful people? I am the Grandmaster, and I also go by D-Ray, bringing you guys the NCP Season Number 6 Draft Analysis for your Los Angeles Guerrilla Tactics. I am super excited to be bringing it back. The National Competitive Pokemon League, it is my baby. Thank you so much to John Jr. for creating the thing, handing the keys off to myself. Yes, I am one of the commissioners alongside two of my best friends in the community, Thing 1 and Thing 2, aka OG Albina and Just Kurt. Oh man, this is a fucking phenomenal league. This is one of the best leagues in my opinion. Last season, Season 5 was fucking huge. The NCP has had names like Invivid, Color, the Uzi Gunner, Kyle A. Who's large? Feint Attacks was with us for one season. It's been a crazy history with the NCP. One of the best. It is a top tier elite league if you have to ask my opinion, but I'm one of the commissioners, so don't ask my opinion. And I'm sorry for my beanie. I just realized that my beanie's being green screen because of the yellow, but I don't have my hat, so it is what it is. Man, I'm super excited for the NCP. This is season 6. Last season, the winner was Leo, 6-foot hacks, and unfortunately Leo cannot do draft league stuff anymore because of his hardware stuff. So we're gonna have a brand new champion by default. If you guys have not already, head down to the description. There will be a link to the NCP Discord server. It is lit up in there. We have so much interactive stuff you could take part of. The NCP this season is the Wi-Fi division is called Nimbus. We also have Stratus, which is a showdown division, who is being treated just the same as Nimbus. So make sure you guys head down to the Discord and participate for that season. It's Pokemon Legends Arceus showdown, so it's pretty solid. It's very different. Spectators love it. It's really great. Awesome coaches in there. Please check it out. Anyway, without further ado, you guys are here for finding out the team. We were pick number, I don't even remember what pick we were. I'm actually gonna pull it up right now. We were pick number draft. What is that? Oh my god, we're at the back. I forgot. Yes, we were pick number 15. We drafted so long ago. Everyone was like, start draft now, start draft now. So we started early. And we were pick number 15 right before Pat Mac. And so it was cool to have the back wheel, but also was really bad. I hated it. It was so bad. I hated back wheel. But because we got back wheel, there were two specific Pokemon that I wanted to get for a core of this team, and we did end up getting it. So I'm very happy. And hopefully we can, you know, make a good run and get into playoffs. We did not do so great in the APA and the UBL. It was the first two leagues we had before we had our break, our hiatus, where we almost thought we were going to retire. So hopefully now that we're back in the NCP and now the UPBA, we can put on a better performance for you guys, entertain you by winning, right? So we're going to try our best in this league specifically because it's my baby. One day I'll make my own draft league, but it's my baby with Owen and Just Kurt, and so we want to perform and set the example as commissioners. So let's talk about the team, guys. We decided to break the status quo here and allow two Pokemon that typically are not allowed in Wi-Fi Draft League. Landorus Incarnate with Sheer Force, so just straight up Lando I, and Zamazenta Crowned, which is the one that has to hold the Dauntless Shield, and so it gets a +1 defense boost, but has to run that item and can't run any other item. And it pushed the said quote-unquote 1 and 2, you know, generic cookie cutter picks, which is Urshifu and Dragapult, just a little bit farther down, and it created more team opportunities, etc. We didn't get that obviously because we got 15th pick. We allowed it, didn't get it. Rip. So that's something cool about our league that we haven't done. I tried to ban Boots, but I got yelled at profusely. Yelled at profusely by the rest of my admin team. So we didn't get to ban Boots. And I proposed item clause, but that was a dumb idea once I thought about it. You know, the same as VGC, but that was just a stupid idea. But I did want to ban Boots, but unfortunately I got yelled at, so we do still allow Boots. But we do allow Lando I and Zamazenta. So the Pokemon that I wanted to get, that I knew for sure 100% that was going to get there, was going to be Hydreigon, fucking phenomenal dragon and dark type Pokemon. Hits like an absolute truck. This thing gets 125 special attack, but gets crazy good coverage. On the special side, they gave a nasty pot this gen, and now has Dragon Dance. It doesn't have crazy offensive, physically offensive prowess, but it does have Dragon Dance now, which is really, really nice. But this thing can be a very permanent breaker, a great scarfer, gets momentum and U-turn, gets recovery and roost. Levitate is a phenomenal ability for it, but this Pokemon is so tough to prep for. It breaks walls. It's almost like a Latios, but Latios is stronger and doesn't have such a crippling weakness in the dark and dragon typing. Similar weaknesses, but not entirely. The 4x weakness to Fairy does suck, but it's almost like mini Latios in my eyes. But this is going to be the ultimate dragon, aka Ultimate D, this season. Very excited to get it, and I knew for a fact that Slowking was probably going to get to us of the Galarian variety. So did I know 100% it was going to fall to us? Probably not, but I knew for a fact I needed to get it now because these coaches are elite, and I knew it wasn't going to end up falling to the end of the third round for me to pick it up, so I did have to pick it up here at the very top of round 2. Phenomenal Pokemon. I did have it in the ICP for a little bit, but you know, didn't really build around it very well, so I want to be able to have it as a centerpiece of my draft. We did make it a little bit more expensive this draft, so that's unfortunate, but hey, it's worth the points. Galarian Slowking is phenomenal, psychic and poison type Pokemon. Literally covers Hydra. They cover for each other, just chef's kiss phenomenally. Hydra having the levitate ability, being able to switch into ground types that Glowking does not want to deal with. It has a weakness to ghost types and dark types, which both Hydra does not care about, so the 3 weaknesses do get taken care of by Hydreigon if we run a bulkier set, or just offensive in general can switch into its weaknesses, and then vice versa. Hydreigon hates the fairy types and Glowking destroys them. It can take care of some dragons with the dark type, with the crazy coverage that it does get. So very, very nice here. Very, very nice here pairing wise. And this thing just doesn't die with the regenerate ability. Gets Eerie Spell, which I'm going to run this season. I do like that a lot. Being able to drop down PP is cool. But gets dumb coverage. Just doesn't get the exact coverage that the other Slowking gets, but it gets enough to just to be super duper scary. Big thing is base 110 special attack. So that's pretty nuts. But this Pokemon's gonna be kind of cool. It doesn't have teleport, which sucks, but it does have Trick Room, so it sets it up for itself and could be running a sweeper set in that manner. But Glowking's gonna be great to pair with Hydra. These are the 2 Pokemon that I wanted to get guaranteed for this season at the back wheel, and luckily enough we did get them. From here we decided to pick up Primarina because they just fit so well with these other 2. It's our fairy type for this draft, our water type for this draft. So Primarina is a great special attacker. I was gonna put Azu in this slot here, but I decided to go with Primarina because the front office yelled at me. I was gonna get Azu after the draft because I drafted Primarina first, but I think that Primarina, it does fit better. This is why we have a front office, to talk me out of stupid ideas. Shout out to you guys. Down in the description will be them. Follow them, please. Primarina is a great specs user. Gets flip turn for momentum. Gets a great coverage. Psychic Energy Ball is really nice to have. Gave a Calm Mind this gen plus Draining Kiss, so it could be a setup threat. Primarina is just really good. It's a baller Pokemon, so I'm really excited to have Primarina this gen, or this season. It's going to be really good paired off with Slowking and with Hydreigon for real. Next up we have is Mienshao. So now we have our dark psychic fighting core, which is a very offensive core here. Mienshao fits in really well. I'm glad I picked it up here because when I picked it up, literally the entire league, all the coaches were like, snipe! So I'm super happy to pick it up where I did. So we have our second regen Pokemon. This thing is a menace with Life Orb, being able to get crazy damage off, U-turn out, and get all that Life Orb recoil back because of the regen. But also Reckless boosted high jump kick sets are menacing. Great coverage for an offensive breaker. Good speeds here at base 105. We have the fastest Pokemon before was Hydreigon at 97 or 98, but being able to jump over that upper echelon of a plus 100 is really nice. Outspeeds the Garchomps, outspeeds the Nihilegos that are base 102, 103. 105 is magnifique, so this is a great breaker for the team. And to pair off with the Galarian Slowking, that it's able to come in on the dark types and break those Pokemon is really nice. It's able to come in on the steel types that want to come in on Hydreigon and break those Pokemon. Just great synergy overall offensively. From here, we decided to pick up Excadrill because it was there. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. Round 5. Round 5. Excadrill still there. Not okay. Had to pick it up. I do have Excadrill in UPBA, and so I will have this and another Pokemon in both. But they were there, dude. I can't not pick it up. I needed a ground type, needed a steel type. The pairing with Hydreigon and Excadrill and Glowking is top tier. Excadrill takes care of the fairies. Excadrill takes care of the steel types that me and Xiao could be interchanged on. And being able to get rapid spin for not only boosting its speed to being even more of an offensive threat, but being able to remove hazards is phenomenal, because our only hazard removal at the time was Hydreigon with Defog, which isn't the best. Hydreigon doesn't always want to run Defog. So we have rapid spin on Excadrill now, which is really nice. This thing could be a really good offensive threat with Swords Dance, and rapid spin is really cool. So offensive threat, love to see it. We decided to pick up Decidueye here because now that we decided to go with the sand option, we wanted to get a grass type that's a ground resist and being able to get reliable recovery that does not have synthesis. And so Roost is nice to have within the sand because synthesis does get neutered inside the sandstorm, and having a ghost type is really nice. So that's really, really cool. Decidueye is going to be really, really nice for us. It's a good offensive breaker, gets access to great coverage, and gets Poltergeist now. Shadow Sneak for priority, which is really cool, but mostly here to be an offensive threat and a defensive pivot with U-turn and Roost, which is really nice. Next up we have is Miltank. This is our bulky normal type, base 100 speed, fast Miltank, baby. We have Stealth Rocker, which is really nice. Great coverage. It does get, I think it gets Heal Bell too, which is really nice. A good cleric for the team. Set up rocks, be bulky. Great sets you can run with Miltank. Miltank is always super duper reliable. Great normal type Pokemon. But to have my normal type that's going to be coming more often because it's going to be able to check those ghost type threats and have rocks is really great, because our only rocker at the moment is Excadrill. So Miltank is almost a necessity. I'm really glad that it fell to us at this late in the draft. Talonflame was nice. Talonflame is a great speed tier for us. I think Talonflame, I believe, is, let me actually look it up here. It is base 126, so it's able to hit the upper echelon speed tier, which is really, really nice. Getting a phone call. I'm gonna cut real quick. One sec. We're back. It was summer. She needed some help bringing some stuff inside. Where was I? I don't remember. I said something about Talonflame. I don't remember. But anyway, it's a fast Pokemon. It's really nice to help me break down grass types, which is phenomenal, and also steel types, because steel types are going to be really, really tough for us to deal with because our first 3 Pokemon. So I wanted to ensure that we have a lot of things to deal with them. So steel types, Primarina doesn't like them. Steel types, Glowking doesn't like them necessarily. It could run Flamethrower, but then I have to run Flamethrower. And then Hydra can't just run its Dragon type stab, which is Draco Meteor, and just bop shit. So I want to get something else to handle steel types. And this is really nice for some momentum, great defensive piece. It's a good ground type check, believe it or not, because most ground types are going to be, you know, physically offensive, so I can just run Will-O-Wisp. Can still run Gale Wings with heavy duty boots, so that way I have that priority option with Brave Bird or with dual Wing Beat. That's pretty solid. What else about Talonflame? Yeah, just a bulky pivot, being able to switch in on things and just get that flame body burn. That 30% chance is super duper clutch. Great Pokemon with Roost and Bulk Up. Good mon. I like Talonflame more than Moltres. Moltres obviously is more bulky, but I think that Talonflame is just a bit more versatile. That's just my humble opinion. And the speed is so nice because now we have that like elite speed tier, even though like the Zeraoras are around, the Dragapults are around, but not a lot of Pokemon are gonna be able to outspeed 126. And this is faster than Weavile. Weavile is kind of a little bit troublesome for our team, so now we can outspeed that Pokemon with Talonflame, which is really, really nice. And the next Pokemon after that we decided to pick up was Rotom Frost. At this point now we're kind of, you know, nitpicking our points a little bit, so we wanted to get some value here. Rotom Frost is a menace offensively. I feel like Rotom Frost is very underrated. Bolt Beam coverage, so it gets Blizzard and Electric type coverage, Thunderbolt, Discharge, Volt Switch, etc. Very clutch. Very tough to handle that. Yeah, you have to land Blizzards, but offensively, this thing bops. And having heavy duty boots this gen plus Pain Split does have longevity. It's really cool being able to Will-O-Wisp stuff. Thunderwave stuff. It's a good defogger, good volt switcher. This thing offensively, some teams are going to have a really tough time dealing with it. So I feel like Rotom Frost for the point value that I had. Let me see if I can pull it up real fast how much points it was. It wasn't very much, so I think that would kind of understated it a little bit. Rosters, my Rotom was 7 points, which is actually pretty good. So it's not going to be a very good defensive piece, but it's a good offensive piece. It can be run defensively, but the ice typing isn't defensive, it's offensive, obviously, because we love the ice type. Shout out to the Gorilla Tactics. But yeah, great Pokemon offensively to be able to check Pokemon that are going to be really troublesome for our team. Very, very nice and great utility as well in the offensive sense. From here, we picked up a second Sand Setter, right? We have Stoutland. So not Sand Setter, Sand Abuser. Stoutland probably isn't going to come very much, to be completely honest with you, but it gives us the option. We already have a bulky normal type, so it gives us the freedom that Stoutland doesn't become the normal type. In my opinion, when you have sand and you make Stoutland become your bulky normal type, it's no bueno. We have Miltank there that has Scrappy that's able to check ghost types. Mwah. Chef's kiss. So now Stoutland is available to be the offensive presence that it can be with the Sand Rush boost. Doubles his speed, decent coverage. It lost out on return this gen. It does have Facade, which is a thing. You can run like Protect, Last Resort sets, Retaliate sets, things like that, but it mostly wants to run Banded with some pretty nice coverage. Gets Psychic Fangs, Crunch, Superpower. It'd be nice if I got close combat, but it didn't. But it's gonna be a nice little secondary Sand Sweeper in case Excadrill doesn't put enough pressure on, right? So it gives us the sand sweeping option that isn't drill, is what I'm trying to say. The very last Pokemon we just had to pick up was Gigalith. We were able to pick it up last because no one else drafted sand. Wait, no, someone else drafted sand. Who drafted sand? But they grabbed their Sand Setter early. It was Hippowdon. Someone got Thicky Cheese, Dracozolt. I don't want to spoil the draft, but someone got Dracozolt with sand and Hippowdon, I think. I knew that this thing was going to follow me. So I saved it for last. It's 9 points. I was able to have that luxury. That's one thing about weather that I love a lot, is that if you grab the Sand Setter or the Sand Setter, Sand Sweeper, Rain Setter early, then people kind of know what you're doing, and then you can kind of save that for later, so you can grab the pieces that you need for your team early, than other teams would primarily, if that makes sense. So Gigalith was able to sit last. Gigalith is the mon that is going to be on this team and the UPBA team, this and Excadrill. So both of them are sand teams with Gigalith and Excadrill, but they have different cores and different things that they do. I like this team a little bit better, to be honest with you, but because that team is S tier and it has fucking crazy threats. But in regards to like synergy wise, like these two teams for the NCP and the UPBA, literally some of the best teams I've ever drafted. I'm very, very excited for it. But this is the team, guys. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. I think we did pretty good being at place 15 out of 16, which was absolutely brutal. This is going to be a crazy league. Let me just name off the teams that are in the season. We have Sally Mumble, Hayes L, who's made a big splash in the draft league scene. T-Row Price, big splash in the APA. Jesse 504 here has become one of the bright stars in our community. Just Kurt's making his return. Shout out to Kurt coming back to Draft League. You'd love to see it. Amel, Keegan, who's new to Draft League as well, Wi-Fi wise. Not in the Showdown community, but Keegan is participating. Phenomenal competitor. Aquarius Z is showing up this season. Phenomenal battler. Top 10 in the Wi-Fi Draft League scene, I can say. Kaz, baby. Very excited to play Kaz. I play him week number 1. He is a fucking force in the Draft League community, and he's finally coming into the Wi-Fi scene after doing some Wi-Fi stuff in Gen 7, but first time in Gen 8. So I'm very excited to have Kaz in this season. OG Albina, our co-commissioner. We have the main event. Olivia Sama is making her return to Draft League. She's one of the admins in the NCP. Very excited to have her back. Dr. Slacking is participating this season. Tony, also new to Wi-Fi Draft League. I'm so excited to have Showdown players make that step into Wi-Fi, being the elite players that they are, to kind of spice things up in the Wi-Fi Draft League community. Elite players coming into Wi-Fi, so good. Joe DeFlamin coming in. Joe DeFlamin really impressed the entire admin team in the NCP SummerSlam event. So he deserves a spot in the main Wi-Fi roster. So very excited for him. Literally put in the finest amount of work in SummerSlam. So now he's got his spot here in Nimbus. Watch out for Joe DeFlamin. Ourselves, and then Pat Mac. Pat Mac, we love ourselves some Pat Mac. Big fan of the guy. Near and dear to my heart. Literally like the smoothest like talker ever. I love Pat Mac. He's a great competitor too. So very excited for this season of the NCP. Leave a comment down below what's your favorite piece of the team. Leave a comment down below who you're most excited to see this season. Also down in the description will be a link to the Discord server of the NCP. Hop in there, engage with all of us, have a good time with the NCP Stratus division as well. With all that being said, I'm gonna get the heck up out of here. Have a great rest of your night, and above all else, be nice. Peace.